Kelsey.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Tell me about the albums.
Tell me about the albums. We've got 2 of them. There was only supposed to be 1. I started writing the first album, and I started writing that in 2019 or in 2020, kind of during the pandemic, when I was set to drop the last album, which was going to be called Party City, but it felt very inappropriate at the time to drop an album called Party City. So I just kind of like held on and waited a little longer. But I already started writing music for the next one because it just felt like I was feeling really helpless and confused, as everyone was at that time. And it felt silly to just be sitting around and writing music. But it felt like the only thing I could do for the world and everyone that I love was to just write more songs that will give people just 3.5 minutes of joy and or peace. And that was bringing me a lot of joy and peace. So I started writing all this new music for this album. Finally had a band that I could write with in the studio, because when I first started Sir Woman, I didn't have a band. So now we've been playing together for a couple of years. I had all these players that I could write within the studio and a live show that I could imagine writing for. So it was a whole new experience for me, and got to write a lot of the songs with the band members, which I wasn't able to do with the first album. But in the process of making this first album, which was supposed to be self-titled, a lot of things happened for me as a human being. I lost my sister and my father, and those kind of like big losses would change anyone. And I realized when I listened to all this music that I had been writing and recording, I didn't feel connected to that narrative anymore. It still felt important, but it didn't feel like my story anymore. I felt like I was listening to another person sing those songs. I processed things through writing music. I obviously had a lot to process, so I kind of just went back in and was like, that album's done, but I need to make another one right now. And that's when I started the second album. And I had this quote that kind of got me through all of those confusing years. I don't even remember who told it to me, but it became my lifeline. And it was, if it all works out, great. And if it doesn't, even better. And it was just kind of about relinquishing any idea you had of how anything in life should go. The albums kind of just became that for me. It was like an album for a good day and an album for a not good day. If it all works out and if it doesn't, but both of them equally important. It's all still positive. They're all still love songs. They still fit in the world of Sir Woman. One side is just comes from a darker place, which we all go there sometimes. We all have moments of weakness, and we all have difficult chapters that we need to get through. And even in those periods of our life, we need love songs. We need things that lift us out of those spaces. So both albums are supposed to make you feel better. One can just do a little bit more heavy lifting than the other one. But I'm really excited for both of them to come out.